If I take my top off, will you run lines with me? You're watching and listening to the Now Apocalypse After Show.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yay! Hello, everybody. You're watching and listening to the Now Apocalypse After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV Network. We have so much coming up for you guys. We're going to be talking about Ulysses and him having man trouble. Carly and her being in this naughty, camera girl. Our predictions, our special topic, our sex fun fact, and just so much more. But before we get into this show, this after show, I'm one of your hosts here, Howard III. Join with me is Chae. How are you feeling, girl?
I'm doing great. This is a interesting first episode to open up, but it's very LA at the same time. That's what I think I like the most about it. It's very LA.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, it's LA, but it's so much. This is like AfterBuzz After Dark, pretty much. All the sex. I said, whoa, I wasn't prepared. It just wasn't.
I was not either. I was just like, okay.
I know, so much going on. I mean, what are your overall thoughts?
Overall, I liked it. I thought it was a great first episode because there's so many different types of characters, especially the main core four, and how they work together and just their differences are. You're trying to figure out why are you guys friends or why are you dating that person?
Yeah.
But also, like I said, it's very also remnant of LA. We all have just different friends that are personality wise, we're just totally different, but somehow we still make it work.
Somehow. We sure do.
Yeah. So I thought that was awesome. And most places were actually shot obviously in LA.
Right.
Carney's in North Hollywood, the North Hollywood station.
Ooh.
So I'm down.
I like it too. Well, let's talk about it here. Episode 1, season 1. This is the beginning of the end. We're introduced to all these new characters. Ulysses. Well, I'll just call him Yuli. Yuli, who we find out, an opening scene, we find him sleeping with another guy. So just sex right off the bat, where he has to run out the window there. And he's having this bad nightmare where he just can't seem to figure out what is it around the dumpster. And I'm just like, gosh, you're having so much men trouble. You're running out of the door, running out one man's window, trying to get a text back from another man, and then trying to see who that man is around the trash can. I mean, can we talk about it here? Why is he having all this trouble?
Well, the only reason he was with that man because his date didn't show up. So I'm assuming he went home with the guy, and turned out the guy was married. So he had to. Personally, if I was the husband, I would have been like, why is my curtains moving? Ain't no wind. But again, that's just me. He got dressed on the fly, throwing the condom in the bushes, and then trying to figure out what happened, with the guy that he's been online with for the last couple weeks.
Right.
He has a picture of the guy, but they've never met. So he's really been pushing to meet. So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. Just gotta, I guess, one night stand here or there. But this guy he's never met, he keeps standing him up. He finally decides hey, let's try to have another date. Let's try to reschedule. And the guy finally agrees. His name is Gabriel. But after 45 minutes of being late, they finally meet up, which is a good thing. It took a while, but they finally got to their date.
I wouldn't have waited 45 minutes, but again, that's me.
Right,
I give you 10, maybe 15 minutes.
I give 15, maybe 20.
I ain't got that kind of time. Because you just wasted mine. Time is precious, dude. Seriously. And I don't like being blown off twice.
Very true.
Give it up to Yuli. Maybe just something just kept him in that coffee shop until he showed up. Just something telling him give him 5 more minutes maybe.
Right.
Maybe. And the 5 turned into after 43. So then granted he does have a little spiritual awareness of himself because like he said he's a double Scorpio. So
right.
he has these feelings and these little bizarre, premonitions that I believe like some people do have. I have them myself. I get deja vu a lot. Like I'll dream things of people before I've even met them and won't realize that I'm in it until I'm in the situation.
True.
And I'm like, I didn't even meet you guys before. So how are we in okay, we were in my dream a couple months ago, but cool. It happens.
Right.
So I can totally see that actually being a thing of him dreaming of something for like that's gonna happen to him, but not really having all the pieces together. But the fact that he's also having the same dream is something too. Because most people just have one dream and then you forget about it.
Right.
Until you're in the situation again because you're just like, oh, this seems really familiar. But the fact that you're having the same dream 2 to 3 times a night each week of this month, which is 4 weeks, dude. So your body's trying to tell you something, your mind's trying to tell you something. And then you also have, the homeless guy that, having the sign saying, the end is almost here.
Right.
That's foreshadowing.
I thought it was just very weird. I mean, I understand premonitions and, like seeing things, like we said, like in the dreams. Like, because sometimes I'll have a dream. I'm not going to lie. I have a dream like one night and then I'll see it like come to pass maybe like weeks or months later. But I still remember it because it's like, oh, deja vu. Like I already dreamed about this. But his dreams are just too weird. Like nothing that extreme. I never had anything like that. But go ahead. I mean, I just thought it was maybe he was smoking too much.
I mean, which is also, granted, everybody has also told him, I think you gotta slow down a little bit.
All his friends, yeah. Maybe you're just doing a little bit too much of the vape, maybe too much marijuana, like maybe you should slow down. But he's just really stuck on this dream. And of course, we'll get into what he saw a little bit later, but it was a bit much. I was like, ooh, sir, this is too much for me. But I'm overall, I really like this character. I'm interested to see where he's going. We find out that he's queer, but so I'm like, okay, so maybe he likes guys, maybe he likes girls. He might be in the middle, but he's been sleeping with men, having fun with men, hooking up with them. Dreams about his roommate Ford,
yeah.
And I just thought that would be weird. Like it's so weird. You're with your roommate, but you're having thoughts about him, and it's like, how do you keep that to yourself?
I mean, I guess he's been doing it for
a
6
while.
months.
Yeah,
because they've been living together too.
And they were college roommates.
Yeah, so I mean,
a long time.
I mean, and like they did kiss that we found out. But the funny thing about Ulysses is his name because it's the Roman name for Odysseus, and Odysseus in the Odyssey had his own journey. So for me, that's also a little bit symbolic to what the show's going to be. That he's going to have to go through his own journey to however we're going to get to the season finale. Because I think at the end, I still have questions. There's questions about that. But even he said, like he's queer, but like he's not so much queer where he like sees Ford's girlfriend ish, and he doesn't have she's a hot, kind of turns me on.
Right. Like,
I don't think he'll actually like go all the way with the woman, but he can appreciate a hot girl. I feel like at the same time.
I can see that. I'm interested about this character. See where he takes us.
And Ford is suspect. I'm sorry. Like, as beautiful as Ford, played by Bo, is, dude, there's a lot of tiny shorts.
Real
that
tiny.
Get some sugar. I'm curious about the sugar in your tank. Okay, I'm just really curious about this, sir. Especially when the Powers guy Barnabas came up to him.
Yeah,
that was suspect.
I was like, oh, I thought Powers was trying to shoot his shot. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah,
in the form of like, oh, I'm a producer, but not really thinking he's a producer. Just like, let me shoot my shot. I've been watching for a while. I said, oh, all right, okay, shoot your shot. But I don't know. Maybe he is a producer.
I mean, I guess he said he checked him out, but I'm also I wanted to be like, Ford, open your eyes. He's using this as an opening, and the handshake.
It was weird.
It was super just like weird. I'm just like, I need you to open your eyes because either you might swing both ways and you just don't know it whatsoever, because you're also a little gullible and naive.
Yeah,
sweetie, living in LA.
He sure is.
Not catching cues,
right?
Like just not at all. Just like Powers, Mr. Powers. That's awesome. He's like, call me Barnabas.
I know. Like, sir, you know that's an opening to say, like, first name, you know, it's like, okay, call me this, call me that, then just call me.
Call me daddy. You know? Just, you know. Like, you can't even tell me you kind of didn't, like hear that, like,
exactly.
In your head, that's he was going.
I was like, Bardicus? Okay.
Barnabas.
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 I'm gonna call him Mr. Powers. These names on this show, I'm like, y'all want to pick the most difficult names.
Okay, that's a difficult.
Barnabas.
Barnabas. Yes.
I'm still gonna stick with Mr. Powers. I hope y'all who are tuning in just know we're calling Ulysses.
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 Yeah, I believe, yeah.
And then Bardicus or Barnabas.
Barnabas, second time you got
Barnabas. Right. We're going to call him Mr. Powers. So please join along with us with that. And Ford is Ford. And, you know, everybody else will be everybody else. But those two, tough. But Ford, so let's talk about a little bit, like briefly touch on Ford and him and this whole, he has a girlfriend who's a rocket scientist, or not a rocket scientist.
She's a rocket scientist.
Oh, she?
Well, is basically rocket, but she's a astrobiological scientist, like theorist. So she does more with the physical biology, but of like aliens and other otherworldly things.
I'm here for it. Wherever she works seems very high tech. What they had to scan her eyeball. She popped up right there on the system. I actually kind of like her. I like how she's so straightforward. Because even with Ford, she was like, I don't like to be in relationships. I don't like monogamy. Like, you can call me whatever you want, but just know I'm not really going to be your girlfriend. But then Ford was just like, what about an open relationship? And she said, oh, that's perfect. Which is still kind of like you're my girlfriend. We're just in an open relationship. Like, I don't know. How do you feel about it? Like, do you think with open relationships, like, you're still my boo, but I could still have people on the side too?
I think what I liked about that conversation was because she even said, are you just saying this to make me happy because I can't read social cues?
Right. I was like, ooh, girl.
So she's like, so basically, like, she's like the definition of a type A personality brainiac. And just in the sense of, I also feel like maybe a little bit on the spectrum. Because when you can't read social cues, that's a little bit on the spectrum. Yeah. Because your brain doesn't process natural social cues like empathy. Because I don't even think she feels that. Like, she feels something for Ford, obviously. She loves the sex. Right. He has a great, wondrous appendage that she loves, but she doesn't feel she needs to keep it to herself. It needs to be spread. I know. And like when she said that, I was kind of just like, thank you. Like, for the other woman of the world, I guess. Like, I really didn't know if I should like be on the side of that, because I feel like that's almost a little bit objectifying of Ford. But I'm also here for it because that's really cool. Right. So you just want to share his wealth. We thank you.
Thank you, I guess.
But I really just think he's also doing it because he wants her to be happy. He's not gonna obviously tell her that. Right. But like, you can definitely tell he'll be okay with the open relationship for a little while, but he's gonna be over it as quickly as he's okay with it. Because I feel like he's gonna be the type to be jealous. Like, if he sees it with his own eyes of her with another guy.
I can see that.
Definitely.
Yeah. I can definitely see that, but she's just gonna be A-okay.
She's fine. It's just interesting, especially Ford and Yuli's relationship, because Ford is just very more outgoing, gullible though, as he is, and rich apparently. Rich parents, and Yuli's more laid back. Just
go by the get up and go type of vibe.
Yeah. Very, very calm. Yeah. Always high, but very calm.
Always. But I'm like, listen, if you don't have enough money for your rent, but you have enough money to go get your weed and stuff, like, sir, no, I'm not. Especially if I'm your roommate and I see you going out there spending your money on everything else, but now you ain't got it for the rent. You better try to find out how to get it.
Again, and I will shout out to the little daydream he had of making out with Ford. Right. That, first of all, that was just hot. Thank you so much, Greg Akari. We appreciate it. Avin and Bo, we appreciate it. I'm sorry, like, okay. Like, obviously, I might be feeling a different way if these also were two male gay actors playing this role. The fact that these are, all the guys on the show are all straight males. And they're just going, like, they're so committed, and I actually do appreciate that. Like, you can just tell they're so committed to being the character and playing the character, and that's great to see, too. True. It just really is great, and it's hot. I'm not sugarcoating nothing, because we'll get to the whole Gabriel and Yuli date later. Oh my gosh. I'm here for it.
I know. At first, I was like, "Ooh, this show is a little bit raunchy," but maybe I need to get just eased into it.
I will warn you from an interview. There will be one complete episode of just sex after sex after sex.
Wow!
Like, continuously.
Wow.
Yes.
So this really will be AfterBuzz After Dark, like.
Yeah, we're here for it.
All right, it's okay. Spice it up. So we also meet Carly, who is Uni's best friend here out in LA. We introduce her and how she has this whole conversation about relationships in LA and how they just pretty much suck. I mean, she has them with Yuli, has it with her roommate Amber, and how her and Amber talk about Amber's Tinder profile, which she just can't find a good man. Because all the men she keep finding are just like, hey, let's have sex. Hey, let's do this. So they decide to go in together and try to redo Amber's Tinder profile, which didn't look like it really helped.
Yeah, I was going to agree. I'm like, if your attempt was for her to not find a guy that wants to have sex with her, right? I think you backtracked.
Wasn't she like in a bikini or something? Like
bikini top, like in her like living room. I really don't see how that's the message you're going. I mean, granted, obviously most guys pick based off just the picture. Right. That's what they see first. And obviously we all swipe right or we swipe left based on the picture that we see of somebody, just automatically before we even glance at the profile or if they even have a profile that says anything of any importance. Mm-hmm. So I definitely get it. Dating apps are not fun. I mean, granted, if you can actually find somebody, that is amazing, and not just obviously for sex, but why couldn't I get your luck?
You and me both.
I'm just saying, I feel like Amber a little bit at this point, just like, what I would legit rather be in the older generation. Okay. Of finding a person just in general, because it was, I'm not going to say easier, but dang, man. I don't have time. I don't legit have the time for these dating apps. Okay. And then also I love Carly as a character. I think she's funny.
Me too.
And I love seeing Berg, Kelly in a very more of adult role because she's from Disney Channel.
Is she?
She's from Disney Channel. She did like Lab Rats, and then the sequel spin off to that one. So
I didn't even recognize her, and that's what
she was a brunette. Yeah. Oh. She was a brunette. That's what it was. Like now she's blonde, obviously for the show, but she's been on Disney Channel as a long-haired brunette.
Wow. And so is Yuli. Or Yuli's from Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Bo's from Awkward on MTV. So. Oh. Yeah. And Tyler is MTV too, but for Teen Wolf. So. Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember Tyler.
So there we go. So, I mean, the fact that, like, you can just see the maturity in the characters that they've chosen now in a totally different way, and just seeing her being this sexy, like, I'm going to be a cam girl in my, like, I'm prepared. I have the handcuffs, the collars, the tiaras. I have my ice cream for just a foot fetish guy. But what I loved about, like, her being a cam girl was the fact that it was empowering. It wasn't like being a victim of, I don't have to do this. Yeah. I just need to pay. I think she does enjoy doing it.
I think so too.
I think it's empowering for her because her man's awesome stuff. Because, okay, granted, because the scene where they're having sex and he's like, teach me, baby, teach me. And if I'm her, I would be like, what you want me to teach you?
Exactly.
Like, ain't we already doing,
Like, sir, what else
that's
can
a question you
should
ask me before. Like, you should ask me before we start doing it what I can teach you to make me feel better while we're doing it. Seriously? Not as we're doing it, because hopefully you should be doing what you need to be doing to get to that golden end, okay? I'm just saying. I'm trying to find so many nice ways to say things today. In a very PC way. I'm trying. But like I said, I love their depiction of that, of her being a cam girl and her enjoying it in the empowerment of it all.
Yes, definitely. It's just like, wow, girl. Like, she was really in control.
Yeah.
And I just love how she was like, will you read lines with me if I go topless? And he was pretty much like, yeah, sure. Because he did say, I'll do anything for you. And she was just like, okay, read lines. And he was like, I read 2 lines and he was done.
Well, he read the lines and then he was like, oh my God, you're a great actor.
Oh, yes.
She's like, we don't have time for that. I need you to help me with my lines, sir.
Help me with my lines.
But I thought that was interesting because I think like that was guy 5 by the time we got to that scene. So she's like, I really don't want to be a mistress right now. I'm tired. I gotta work on my scenes. And I mean, granted, like I feel like if you're a dude and you're working on somebody who's topless, it makes it better for you.
True. But so she was hiding like the goodies because she had a screen. She had the notes up and then hiding behind the notes.
Well,
and I'm like, girl,
like you have to say the lines so I can do my lines. Like I can't like just hold it behind here so my boobs are like in on.
At least show one boob, and I'm like,
okay, so like
cut
this?
it in half. Yeah, give me a half boob or something. Like show the lines and then help him out. He didn't want to do the lines to begin with. So at least give him half, boo.
Well, you said anything, so you don't get to be picky once you tell me as your mistress, I get to pick anything. And
I'm interested to see, hopefully she runs lines with a man who only had 2 seconds in one scene from an knockoff Criminal Minds type of thing.
As a dead body.
Dead body. She was like, is that even you? I was like, yeah, babe, that's me. I couldn't tell, but...
I mean, granted, you got paid some good money to be a dead body, so
Run
I
lines
get why
with
you're
your boo.
excited.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, I like his accent. I think that's the only attractive thing I can really say. Cause
that's about it.
If I'm in this, because even she says like the relationship she has with him it's not interesting.
I can tell.
Like he a little bit boring. And like even next episode we kind of see them trying to spice things up, but him not. He's asking for it, but like not willing to take the punishment. Or I will say, and I'm just like. Okay, so you really don't want to spice things up, do you?
He doesn't. He wants to be taught. And it's like, I'm not teaching you anything. You grow me. Like, you should be somewhat experienced.
There are clubs you can go to for that. No, you laughing. I'm super serious. There's clubs you can go to for that. There's seminars. There's a legit lady up in Franklin Avenue in a big-ass mansion that actually does her own tutorings.
Wow.
As a dominatrix. So
she might as well do a club.
I'm just saying, if that's the game you're looking for, you can find it. I just don't think you're gonna find it as a relationship.
Maybe he knows that she's a call girl, so that's why he's like, teach me. Because he's probably like, hey, whatever you teach them.
I would think that was something she was trying to hide because even she pushed the pillow under the door so the noises wouldn't get like out.
That's true.
So I don't think like she's empowered by it, but she's also not spreading it around so like her friends can find out about it. Besides, probably I think Yuli might know.
I feel like Yuli might know. I'm interested. I want them to have a nice little conversation about that converse about it because I don't know. Like I just want to see it.
I mean, I think she's also she's doing this for side cash. So make your money. That's all I gotta say.
Listen, if I gotta show some feet, I'll make my money too. If that's all.
For real, I can just sit back, put my feet in the camera,
eat my ice cream.
Eat my ice cream. No offense, that's almost like the definition of the old school call girl, like the sex phone operators, like back in the day,
true.
like Girl 6.
Oh.
Just like, okay. Oh yeah, Daddy, you doing it? You working it? Yes. I've been a bad girl, Daddy. You legit read no book, just
Chae.
like trying to yeah, you working it. Just like that's what seriously, that's what it reminded me of. That it reminded me of Girl 6 in a way.
I can see that.
And it was, I loved it. I loved Girl 6. I thought it was empowering and awesome.
Chae.
I'm just saying.
Hey, if it's that easy, I can read a book. Yeah, you hitting it. Oh, hold on one moment. Let me just grab something. Grab my potato chips real quick. Yeah, boy. Yeah. If that's all I got to say, I'm cool.
I mean, for real. They
Call it
made
a day.
decent money. So, You know, and it's also a fun way to work on your craft.
Sure is.
For different accents, I'm just saying. Practice what you preach, okay? That's all I'm going to say about it. I loved it, though. Gabriel, and you, like, when Gabriel, first of all, Tyler Posey's just hot. Sexy.
He didn't look that good tonight, though, to me.
Oh, wait till you see them tats, though. That's what got.
Maybe that's
the whole sleeve is just.
I said, I don't know if this is the character, but he looked a little run down.
Well, I don't know. He said his car, what did he say? His car rent?
Oh, yes. His class was out late.
His waves sent him in the wrong direction. His phone died.
Sound like a bunch of excuses to me.
I mean, but granted, he still showed up. So, I mean, that gives him a little bit points in my book. You still, because I feel like if this actually is true, you still showed up. You actually really, really, really wanted to meet me.
I guess. You still could have sent some type of text, an email, an Instagram.
On what dead phone would I'm going to send a text?
Tell your friend to text me or something. Or something. I don't know how. Who
remembers phone numbers anymore? Like,
that's very true.
I'm just saying. And here's the offense. Who also remembers phone numbers unless they're your parent?
You didn't have no laptop, no computer you could have run to. I don't know. Get in contact with me. Talk about some 45 minutes late. Especially when you ditched me before. Like, that just makes me feel some type of way.
I know. Granted, I also... in the other side of that, because I know I just defended him, but where's your car charger?
Exactly. Like, why don't you have a car charger?
Like, and then they had a great time.
They did. They had a real great time.
They met at 9 though, right? They were supposed to meet at 9, so now we're 45 minutes later.
And so 9:45, 9:50.
And then he has band practice at 10 o'clock
because he didn't want to.
He didn't want
to hook up with him.
Which I think that's really interesting, though. When a guy is like, I set this up to prepare myself, and just in case if I liked you too much.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be tempted because I'm kind of over hooking up. I
thought that was a good idea.
That's brilliant. Mm-hmm. And it just really seemed just really true.
Yeah.
Cause I do like you though. Like I'm surprised, but I like you. And now I want to cancel my plans.
Exactly. I mean, how do you like someone so much and then you're like, okay, I cancel. But I think I would still keep my plans just in case, because what if I do like you? So now if I do want to hook up, like, gosh, now I start my plans. Or if I cancel those plans, it's like we do hook up. Maybe if you don't talk to me ever again after that.
Well, that's exactly what he said. Mm-hmm. But even though they went to the alley.
I said around the corner.
I mean, it's dark. I'm just saying they good, I guess.
Yes.
And it was okay.
It was something weird. Like they both. So here Gabriel is talking about, okay, just hand jobs. So I said, okay.
So so we both get off. Cool.
They both have a good time. Hand jobs. But then while they're having a great time, this whole other universe opens up. This whole galactic
just explosions.
I'm like, what is that in the sky?
It's like otherworldly or.
It was like it was them getting to their, I guess G-spot or when, the climax or whatever. So it's like, okay, well, now we open up to this whole other world, but they both felt it, which I thought was strange. I said, well, maybe they are connected as one because they both felt something there, like a whole other universe and just
like a sense of connectedness.
Yes. So I said, okay, maybe there is something there.
I legit just want to ask them what was like doing those scenes, because like the facial expressions of the camera,
right?
And it was just so intense and hardcore at the same time.
It was,
and you're just like it. Okay, this is also just me. I really am very curious. Do dudes really do
that? No, nobody connects to a whole other universe.
No, I mean the facial expressions more than that. I mean,
you mean the facial expression?
Hopefully, if it's right, you feel the other world.
You feel like listen. I mean, you feel connected, but you don't feel like I'm living on Mars,
in a galaxy.
No, over there kicking it in Pluto type of thing, But you do feel connected.
It was just the face expressions that got me. Because even the guys in the cam, like during her cam sessions, like when the guy had the degrading word on him.
Oh, slut?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's just like people just have their kinks, and that's totally what you gotta do, and I'm here for it. But dang, they go in on this show.
It's a lot. I don't know what I was expecting more than just talking about the galaxy. I mean, yes, this is only the first episode, so we could still be surprised, but it's just a lot of sex.
Well, funny, but then also like the tidbits of when Ford and Severine are talking on her laptop. There's like this little picture of a UFO over this.
True.
So, like, I feel like in a way her work is connected to our ending scene. Obviously, when like Yuli and Gabriel had a great time. They're gonna commit to like meet the next day. He's riding on his little bicycle home, smoking a vape. He crashes.
Oh my gosh.
Wakes up. Seems like that he's not dreaming.
Right.
At this time. Like, this actually is real. Because, like, blood's coming down. So, I don't think your dream would also show the blood coming off your face from the face plant you did. And, he hears somebody yelling for help. And, he goes to investigate like people do.
Oh my gosh. Which I don't understand why he wants to go investigate. Like, you don't really know what's over there. So if somebody's like, what if somebody was actually murdering somebody and you're over there, oh, what's going on? He's screaming help. Like, maybe call the police first or safety team, security.
Well, it's also like, it was like how his dream started. So maybe he's also thinking like, maybe I'm still in my dream. Maybe.
True.
So like he wants to know what's around that corner because for a month basically he hasn't been able to get over that around the corner. Mm-hmm. So he's like, okay, so I'm just gonna see what's popping first, and then maybe call for help. I would hope that's his thinking.
I hope so.
And it is the homeless guy from the North Hollywood station.
Talk about the apocalypse is here.
Having backdoor sex with a lizard alien.
I was like, is that a lizard? Is it Godzilla? Is it
it's like a monster? A reptilian,
yes.
A reptilian creature.
It was
creepy.
Of
the Black Lagoon.
It was creepy. I said,
and he was giving to him good though. Dude, all you yelling is help. I'm like, you ain't even trying to really get away. So
I know.
I got questions and concerns for you right now, sir.
I was like, what? What does this all mean? Is this connected to the whole, when the universe opened up like that? Like, what? A lizard thing up there having sex? I said, even the lizard is having sex? Y'all are a sex-craved show. Give us a little backstory before you start just pounding it out. Like, come on, stars. Like, I like to get jiggy with the rest of the people, but every scene got to be sex? Lizards? Having sex with humans?
It's very millennial. I think the show's very millennial driven in a way at the same time.
Millennials, well, maybe, I don't know. Some millennials be getting it in all the time, some don't. So let me not say, I don't know.
I'm just saying, I feel like it's very pushing for like the millennial point of view of, I feel like even just LA.
True. At
the same time. Like it's very showing LA, a very sexualized LA, mind you. But in the truest form, I feel like at the same time, for like this new generation.
I don't even. I'm just so in awe. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. After dark. So
things are gonna be popping, basically.
It's gonna be popping. Get it on and popping. So let's get into our special segment.
Somebody in the chat, Ghost Director said, backdoor sex and the creature from the Black Lagoon. I'm in. I know I try in my wording.
Well, now we know what you're into, huh?
Yeah, our special segment.
Our special segment here, we have a sex fun fact. It's a sex fun fact.
Okay, I love it. Okay, guys. So, fun sex fact for those who are obviously a lot of people care about what's in their juice nowadays. Like they look at the ingredients and everything.
Right.
There's a vegan-based company.
What?
Called Sustain.
Okay.
Run by Mika Hollander and her father. They own the company. It's an eco-friendly vegan company called Sustain. Their condoms are also the first fair trade condom. You can find them in Whole Foods, health stores, and she just signed a gigantic deal with Target to have the condoms in Target stores.
Wow.
so there it's really awesome how much product they do make out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And like she started this with her father, which is interesting because her father had a company for 20 years called Seventh Generation. And so she, I guess, went to him with this idea about this company, and he was down for it. And it's eco-friendly. It is a vegan. A lot of us care about what's, in the products we're putting in our body, we're putting in our children's bodies, all the other type of stuff. And not only do they do condoms, they do lube. That noise. They do lube. And that's just cool and awesome.
I'm here for it. I mean, might as well have vegan condoms. I mean,
also, I looked up. Sorry, this is Brianna from the booth. I just looked up because, like, I know when you told us this fact, Chae, a lot of people in our studio didn't realize that normal condoms weren't vegan, and I guess like when they're making it, there is some sort of milk protein that they use within it.
It's made with parabens and animal-based ingredients.
For those at home also being like, wait, condoms aren't vegan. I guess that is why.
I guess so, because I didn't know condoms weren't vegan. Because I'm like, well, what are they putting in condoms? Pork? Like, what? What's going in there? Chicken? Like,
well, like rubber plantations. They use toxic chemicals and all this other type of stuff. But the company that they use to make the rubbers, to help them make the rubbers for the condoms, is made in southern India, and they have a biodiversity. It's very well kept and meets very high standards. They also have manufacturers that are willing to work to prevent any carcinogens from being manifested in the latex during the manufacturing process, because 90% of condoms sold in the U.S. contain a carcinogen in the latex called nitrosamine.
I guess you learn something new every day. Our sex fun fact.
Sex fun fact. So if you care about what's going in your body, especially when you're getting some, it's a new organic condom for you. It's still 98% effective, but there you go.
There we go. Well, let's move into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yes. So, I mean, this is going to be a great, fun season. Of course, predicting, which we should all know, more sex. Sex. Hopefully that I'm predicting that little animal, the lizard thing that we saw, is just going to be somebody with a mask on. One of his friends coming in to show some type of sign within his life. Maybe it's Gabriel, who's like, I'm just trying to get through the world, like F you through the world, this type of thing. Like, and then I just see Carly, she's going to get over this cam girl situation. She's going to finally be like, I've had enough. I'm going to be an actress and I'm hanging up the camera or shutting down the mic type of thing. Chae, what do you see?
I'm predicting that Yuli is going to take it as a sign that the world is going to end and try to find a way to fix before the apocalypse actually hits. Like, he's going to try to do his best to save the world, basically, and nobody besides probably Carly and Ford are going to know. I don't agree with you about the lizard. I think it's going to be coming up again. Ooh. Like I said, I think only because with Severine's work and the little eggs that I saw throughout the episode, she definitely, whatever her work is, they're doing that is now like this very high level. It has something to do with that.
Okay.
So, my prediction.
Okay, I see it. Well, let us know what you guys predict in those comments down below. And of course, if you're listening to us on iTunes, give us those 5 stars and leave those comments there, and we can shout you out on the episodes to come. We're also on Spotify, so make sure you guys listen to us on there. I'm one of your hosts, Howard III. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Howard III. And then I also do a show on our sister channel called Back to Reality on Black Hollywood Live on Sundays, also at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Chae, where can we find you?
Hey guys, I'm Chae Jones. You can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Tuesdays on Good Trouble and Sundays at 9 o'clock. You can find me on Black Monday. It's getting crazy. And check me out on my YouTube channel, Unapologetically Chae.
Yes. We will see you guys next time.
Bye guys.
See you later.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.